Good morning, and thank you for joining us on MCC's TV Community Outreach Update Show. My name is Marianne Williams, and I am your host. I am happy to have you here with us today as we talk to one of our finest professors and the department chair of social sciences here at Muskegon Community College. Today, we're going to give you a small snippet of the events and activities that will happen in February. We all know that February is the Black History celebration here and around the world. And we at MCC want to provide you with activities throughout the month. So today we're going to talk with Papa about one of the activities that's outlined of all of the events going on. And I believe his event will happen on February 22nd. Am I correct, or is it February 17th?
February 17th.
It's February 17th. So Papa is going to talk to us a little bit about his discussion. He and his wife, Dr. Sylvia Njai, will present to us about African cultures and African American. So we are excited to learn about this. And Papa, why don't you give us a little input? What does this really mean to you?
Well, it's really a very big deal anyway. When we talk about Africa and African history, it goes way back, and we always talk about Africa being the cradle where everybody came from, and it's the starting point. Today we have Africans almost all over the world. So pretty much when I'm giving this type of discussions, I lay the foundation, that is the beginning of mankind, and then we move on to the period when Africans were moved to different parts of the world, to the Americas, where we are right now, Central America, the Caribbean, right down to South America. But we always forget again there were also other Africans again who moved across the Indian Ocean to other parts of Asia and or let me say the Middle East. But that will not be part of this discussion. So for me, it's a very big deal to share, my own cultural background, our own history, shared history, what we have out there and what we have over here. And so we will lay the foundation to discuss Africa. And of course, the complexities of the continent again. And we see the continent as a monolithic or homogeneous environment, but it's very different.
Yes.
And we have dozens of countries, population of to about 800, 900 million people, thousands of languages.
Wow.
Okay, different types of food, different types of the way we dress tend to vary from one part of the world, one part of Africa to another. So it's a big area, and I will just lay the foundation, and hopefully this will be an ongoing discussion. We don't need to wait for another African History Month. We can have series, broken down.
Yes.
And I'll be happy to, to hear more questions. Usually I talk a little bit and ask for questions. I always get fascinating, very interesting questions from my audience, and we can start from there.
Oh, great. It sounds interesting to me. I think I'm there. I know
yeah.
I am. Well, we want you to know that this presentation will happen twice on the 17th. Papa will first present his discussions at 12 o'clock, and again, he will be here at 7. He and Dr. Njai, his wife, will give you a foundation of Africa, Africans, and African Americans. Who are we? Where do we come from? We're going to learn a lot of information. Now, Papa, I believe also that this sometime in February, as we have spoken to you before, but I believe we have a cultural event that's going on from the 8th of February.
Yes, indeed.
Until what time?
Yes, right from the 8th through the 12th.
So that falls right in line.
We call that one the Global Awareness Festival, and it's something that we've been doing for the past 14 years or so. So we have international coordinator, as you also rightly mentioned. So we do programming, okay, and we adopt a world region for a semester. So this year we are adopting Latin America, meaning from the Caribbean, Central America, right down to South America. We want to know the culture, we want to know the environment, we want to know what is going on in that area. So series of events, and we have videos, movies or films that we'll be showing. And again, since we are within the Black History Month, I'm showing a video called Black in Latin America.
Wow.
What does it mean? The definition of who is Black in Latin America. Is it the same as out here in America? So Henry Louis Gates is one of the most influential scholars, a historian,
yes,
did this wonderful video. So we'll show it and then, open it up for discussion again. For people interested in the sciences, we have issues about biodiversity in Latin America. We've heard about the Amazon and parts of Costa Rica and a few other areas. So I have a scholar just from Honduras that is coming in to lead a discussion in that area. familiar faces on campus, people who have lived in that area
Yes.
or were born in that area. Mr. Eduardo in your department, in your
Yes.
area there, will also be talking about his own home in native country, Colombia. Others will be talking about Panama. And we have an anthropologist who will be talking about Mesoamerica, the archaeology of that environment. So we have lots and lots of topics out there. So we really, this is for the staff, for students, and also for the community.
Yes.
And it is free and open to the public. So we always say, let's prepare ourselves as global citizens. We need to know about the world, and we want the world to know about us out here in America too again. So it's a two-way street. So these are all issues that we have on our campus here for people to come in, educate themselves, bring their friends, bring family, and it's a wonderful thing just to come and spend an hour, 2 hours with us, you know, and so it is all on our website.
Great.
And so they can log into MCC's website, look for Global Awareness Festival, and look for the programs, and then come in anytime.
Great. Now, there again, you've heard it right here at MCC's TV. We certainly want to be a part of the global awareness. That's all embedded in the February calendar of events. But we want to remind you that Papa will be here on February 17th. Well, he's always here as a professor, but he will certainly be here on February 17th, where he and his wife, Dr. Sylvia Unjai, will talk about African-American culture and who are we? What happened? How did we get here? Things that we need to know. We want to share that with you. Now, Papa, as we go, I believe you're on the planning committee with us for all of the events, the Black events that are happening on campus. And to you, can you just speak to the audience and tell them what's so important about our audience hearing and learning about these events?
Well, it's just part of our history, and let me say Black history is part of American history. And so doing this thing is a very big step in the right direction. Anyway, we need to do this type of program on our activities. And we have a little bit of almost everything here, from people that are interested in poetry and song, and we will devote an entire day, an entire evening, just to showcase what we have in this area here. We'll invite in people from the community and for jazz music and also spoken word and poetry. And I think on our event on the 15th, is that right?
Yes.
We do have a very powerful documentary done by Grand Valley State University. I've watched it several times. I've shown it in my class or classes. And Up from the Bottom, I think people have seen that one. And it's such an interesting, powerful history to know the history of West Michigan, the history of Muskegon Heights, and how we have our own elders today, how they moved from the south right down to where we are today, and how the ethnic map of Muskegon has changed over the past many decades. And so these are, in addition to other things that we have out there, are all things to help us understand ourselves, understand the community, and see how we can make this community a very nice and livable environment. So I thank you. You've been doing a wonderful job, and all the organizing committee members. I think it just started very, very quickly, and then here we are, and we hope we can continue this type of programming.
Well, thank you, Papa. We plan to. We're just excited. The Office of Community Outreach, we're excited to have this preparatory thing going on, getting ready for these events, and we're excited to have it back in community outreach.
Absolutely.
It has been kind of silent at MCC for Black History events, but we are back, and we need the community support. So if you want to know more about the community events that we have outlined, you can visit us on www.muskegonCC.edu/CE. Or you can visit us on Facebook. It is called Office of Community Outreach, our Facebook page, and we'd love to hear from you. If you have any suggestions, or if you want to be a part of this event that's happening on February 5th, song, poetry, spoken word, talented, if you want to be a part, please come out and join us. Again, we've been talking with Papa Unjai. He is the professor of cultural diversity and of history here on campus. He is also the department chair, and you can reach him by calling his secretary. If you'd like Papa to come in and talk to someone, his number for secretary's number is 231-777-0380, and you would just love to hear what he has to say. Wonderful discussions. Well, Papa, we're almost out of time.
Thank you.
Time does fly, doesn't
Absolutely,
it?
absolutely.
Boy, we've been working on this for a little while, but it seems like it's just time has flown by so quickly that it's just next week that we start these events.
That's right.
So we encourage all to come out and see, not because you don't know, but come out and share what you might know.
That's right.
And if you know something, we need you. And we want to hear it. If you don't know, we still need you because we want you to hear it. So we'll see you starting February 5th. And Papa, thank you once again for being with us.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Well, thank you. That's all the time we have for today. Again, I am Marianne Williams, your host for MCC's TV Community Outreach Update Show. And I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye now.